Welcome Scott Boniwell from Burleigh Property Sales. This is the first session on a couch with the Mortgage Choice Miami, Burleigh and Palm Beach team. So Scott,
Thank you.
thank you for coming. I
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate it. How's it feel to be the first?
Well, it's better than being the last, isn't it, I would say. So I'll take that as a compliment that you've asked me to come along. So
No
thank you
worries.
very much.
Thank you for accepting, Scott. I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Yep.
We're going to ask these ones and you're the first person, as I said, to answer these. The first thing is, what was your first car?
My first car. Now you're going to make me feel old. It was a 1966 Holden panel van.
Like a, dare we say, shaggin' wagon?
You could say that, but I didn't use it for that. I used it very much for work.
Excellent. What is your favourite sports?
Without doubt, the mighty magnificent Magpies, Collingwood Football Club, the epitome of all clubs in Australia.
So you're an AFL fan?
I'm an AFL fan, but I'm also an NRL fan, so I'm very partial to the Rabbits and also the Titans from here as well. Yeah.
And being a Collingwood fan, you've got.
I do have my own teeth.
He's got his own teeth
Yeah,
as well. This is
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
good.
I could tell you some stories about different things with Collingwood. But that's probably not the
Probably
appropriate
not,
time.
probably not for the
No,
camera.
no.
Okay, all right, we'll keep those ones for later.
I'll tell you later.
Best holiday destination, what's your favourite?
I've been very lucky, James. I've seen a lot of the world. I would have to say that Santorini, Hawaii, and because I'm a Tassie boy, I go back to Hobart quite a bit, so those three places are probably my favourite in the world. Yeah. And of course, beautiful Burleigh Heads. Can't beat here.
You can't beat
Yeah.
it. Truly can't.
Yeah, no.
You're very lucky to be
Yeah,
here.
yeah, we work and live here. Terrific. Yeah.
You couldn't ask for more of a place, to be honest.
No, I agree. Yeah.
So, you set up Burleigh Property Sales 38 years ago.
1992 we set up Burleigh Property Sales. I started in real estate 38 years ago.
Okay.
Which, you know, you say 38 years, it seems very, very quick, but it's been a long time and it's been terrific. Yeah.
So your first retail presence in Burleigh itself was in 1992?
Correct. Yeah, here in James Street. Yeah.
So what, I suppose, what's your biggest business achievement?
I'd have to say, still being in business. After
After
all that
38
time.
years.
Yeah. I've seen so many people come and go and so many changes in Burleigh, but I think my biggest achievement is still being in business, still selling real estate in Burleigh after 38 years, having clients come back, regularly clients coming back and buying and selling, and some with their kids as well, which is terrific, like
you help
a
your
family.
families.
Yeah. And I think the other biggest achievement is my youngest son joined me 14 years ago when he left school. He's now been recognised as the top salesperson in Burleigh Heads.
And this is Joel.
This is
Boniwell.
Joel. Yeah, so I'm very, very proud of that as well.
And you should be. That's
Yeah,
an awesome achievement.
yeah,
It'd be great to have your family in
It
there
is.
with you.
Yeah, it's terrific. Yeah.
That's really where was your first house?
I paid, my wife and I paid $16,500 for a property in Doyle Avenue in Lena Valley in Hobart, Tasmania.
$16,000.
$16,500.
Did you get a home loan or did you have cash?
No, we borrowed money.
Okay.
Yeah,
$16,000.
that was a lot of money back then.
$16,500.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And the house is still standing. I go there every time we go back.
You
We
drive
drive
past
past
it.
and have a look.
Was that a standalone house or a
Yeah,
town?
no, that's
So
standalone
that was a standalone
Yeah.
house for
Yeah.
$16,500. And what year was that?
Oh, I got married 74.
1974. Wow.
Yeah, amazing.
It's amazing. Amazing what happens with prices.
Oh yeah,
Compound
yeah.
interest and the changes in price.
Yeah, that house now is probably worth mid sixes. Yeah, so it's a big change, but it's a long time ago.
History of your career. You've been in real estate for 38 years. You
Yep.
opened your first retail presence in 1992.
Correct.
It's 27 years in retail. You would have seen ups and downs and
Oh,
different governments and different mayors and different rules.
Very much so.
Give us some history of this area. So here we are in Burleigh Heads on the Gold Coast. Since you've been here, what have you seen change? What's happened?
Obviously, the biggest change is the population. the increase in population. Therefore, you've got all the buildings that have been built. So you've got high rises. I remember Treetops Estate, when that first opened, the developers asked all the agents to go out there and they had a handful of display homes. And I remember driving back and we all commented on it, this will never work, it's too far away. It's literally 5 minutes. But back then, but back then we drove out roads and there was nothing there. And it was out in the middle of the bush, so to speak. But now you look at it and it's a thriving estate which is 5 minutes from central Burleigh and 7 or 8 minutes from the beach. So somebody obviously, they knew what was going on. The other changes obviously is the retail and how the street has changed. When I say the street, James Street and Connor Street, it's just become more cosmopolitan. In the old days we had a lot of second-hand shops, a lot of junk shops, a lot of real estate offices, and obviously that's all it's changed now, so it's good.
Different retail now.
You've
got restaurants, you've got bars.
You've got a variety. And you can see now with the money that's been put into the developments in Burleigh of how it's changing, and I think that just gives an argument that it's going to be beneficial down the track.
There seems to be a lot of the local councils seem to talk about trying to keep the character of Burleigh and trying to maintain this village feel.
Yes.
And do you think that's working? Is it maintaining that feel?
It is, yeah, I think, James, it is. My worry is that it will change. I've lived here now 40 years and I love the place, I truly do love the place. And I don't want to see James Street or Connor Street change. The powers to be obviously have other ideas, or they think that they want to make it better for other people. I don't know if that's going to be for the better. I think if we can keep the nucleus of what we've got here, it'll be a thriving community, and it is a community within a community. And you talk to people from the up north and from down south, and if you go down and ask people in Sydney, for example, and you say to them, what do you think of the Gold Coast? Oh, they say, oh, surfers paradise. Oh, Burleigh Heads. They know it. And when you've got the best surf beach and the point and all these type of things, you should encompass that and embrace it and make it a part of what we've got, which we do, but don't lose the feel for Burleigh itself. And remember, Burleigh is local. It's for locals as well.
It's for local people.
Yeah.
But who would have thought that we're here in the middle of the Gold Coast in 2019 and you can still, and I have gone around that headland in the last 3 months and seen a koala still in there.
Yeah. It's terrific.
It's still happening.
It's unique. It's unique. And the beauty about that is that people from overseas can come here and they look at it and we've got no pollution or very little pollution, and they look at it and it's so clean and pristine, and then they walk into town and you've got such a variety of shops. It's beautiful. You can't get that too many places.
You can't.
No.
You just genuinely can't. Now, you've been in real estate for a long time, Scott. What is your biggest tip you can give, number one, to a seller?
To a seller?
Yeah. What's your biggest tip?
Presentation of the property, obviously, is paramount. Price. If you can talk to reputable people and get an idea of where the price is and do your homework. Nowadays, obviously, with the computer and the internet, you can get access to information. So I would say presentation, price, and choose the right agent, somebody that you're comfortable with selling and that's going to tell you the truth.
Yep.
Very simple.
Okay. Now, on the other foot, what's your best tip for a buyer?
Again, and this is from me, buy with your head, not your heart. A lot of people come in and they buy with their heart and they think, oh, this is fantastic. And then when they finish up buying it, they think, oh, this is really not what I thought it was going to be. So buy with your head. Think about it before you jump in. And also the old adage, position, position, position. You can't beat it. It's number one. So I think be smart and buy in the right locations. And obviously within your budget. So they need to talk to people like yourself to find out how much they can borrow, where they can go, and don't stretch yourself too much.
Don't go to the limit.
No.
Go well below the limit.
Yeah, and remember, you've got to live.
Correct.
Life's too important.
Life's too short.
Correct.
The biggest tip we've got here for a buyer is with your head, not your heart.
Correct.
And your biggest stuff for your sellers is all about presentation.
Yeah, I believe so.
And being the right price and being comfortable with your real estate agent
Correct.
as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
Last one, really, Scotty. How do you feel about the future?
I believe that the coast is going to grow and continue to grow. Some say for the good, some say not for the good. But I believe that we're in a unique position where the Gold Coast, and I'm now talking about Burleigh in particular, we are very, very fortunate to live where we are and to work where we work. I think that's going to be the nucleus of why it'll grow, and the prices, I believe, will continue to go. We're getting a lot of people from Sydney and Melbourne still coming up here, and the prices for those people from down south, it's cheap compared to what they pay down there. So we argue that it's expensive, but we're really probably lucky that where we have our own prices, that we're not paying what people in Sydney pay or people in Melbourne pay. So I believe that with the growth that's happening on the coast and the direction it's going, I believe that we're going to be pretty good.
Beautiful. Scott, thank you so much for today.
Absolute pleasure, James, and I hope this has helped anybody that I can help. Please just give us a jingle.
So I want to thank Scott Boniwell from Burleigh Property Sales here in Burleigh Heads.
Thanks, James.
Thank you for coming in.
Pleasure, mate. Thank you.